Hello, my name's Greg Watford and welcome to this video called How to Easily Increase Your Online Income, even to the point of doubling it. So I'm very excited to actually be bringing you this particular session because I'm about to show you how you can increase your income from your business, from your online business, with virtually no additional expense. So this is, as I said, I'm really excited about this. This is really, really good. So now before we begin, I have to give the normal disclosure, the income, disclosure disclaimer, the fact that, look, you're an entrepreneur and your income is determined by your efforts. I'm not going to guarantee anything. So these are just figures to actually play around with, and they're not far from the mark in certain cases. Okay, so look, let's get into this. This is how the professionals can actually, they actually do it on a day-to-day basis. All right, so let's go and move on. I'm going to show this live to you how it's done. But before I do that, I need to do a little bit of background so we're all on the same page. So look, basic sales funnels and how they work online. This is what most people do. They have an offer page, and that offer page, like, it could be a web page, it could be a Facebook page, it could be a blog page. If you're an affiliate, for example, for Clickbank, for example, that could be a Clickbank page, and then you drive traffic to that page, and some of the people who view the offer. I call it an offer page, by the way, because that's what you're offering. It's your product, whether it's be something you've made yourself, or, as I said, affiliate, or a physical item, or even a digital item. It doesn't matter. It's all the same. So okay, so a certain amount of people will actually click through and actually buy from you, and then you send them a thank you page, of course, and that's how you make money normally from your basic sales page. Now, I actually don't call this a basic sales funnel. It's really the amateur's sales funnel. And a lot of people do this, and I think, why do they do it? Because you're paying money to drive that traffic, whatever it may be. It could be, you could be buying solo ads, for example, or it could even be pay per click, Google AdWords, etc., with Bing. But normally you would be buying that traffic if you want a lot of traffic in a short period of time. And most of those people just bounce straight off your web page, that offer page there, and you never see them again. So, this is what a lot of people do. And I know, are you doing this? I recommend you don't do this, because what professionals do is they put a landing page in front of it. Some people call it a capture page. It's also called a squeeze page, and that's where you put in your name and email address. So a certain amount of the visitors will put in their name and email address. And what happens as soon as they do, yes, they're taken through to the offer page, but at the same time, the name and email address is captured in an autoresponder. Excuse me. So an autoresponder is really a list manager, and the best known one, and the one that I use, is called Aweber. There are a lot of them around, but Aweber is the largest and the oldest, as a matter of fact. So the name and email address is kept in this autoresponder, and that's where you send out emails on a regular basis to these people to build a relationship to them, to educate them about your product, or maybe even present to them a different product. Because people are not, there's a thing called a looking zone. Some people may be just tire kicking, and they're not really ready to buy today, but they may be ready to buy tomorrow or next week or next month. So that's the advantage of one of the advantages of keeping a list. So that's basically what I call the professional sales funnel, and that's what it looks like. But professional online marketers go one step further, and instead of just having one landing page. Oh, okay. Before we get on to that, let's go through what's called click-through rates, and this is let's put some dollars on this right now. So the click-through rate is the ratio of how many people actually go through to your offer page compared to how many people come to your landing page. So that could be anywhere between 5 and 50%, depending on the type of traffic, depending on the landing page, depending on the product, there's all sorts of parameters here that will determine the click-through rate. And I'm just, as an example, 15%. That's a pretty typical sort of a click-through rate for some traffic. So let's say that you had 1,000 visitors coming to your landing page, and a 15% click-through rate is really 150 visitors. So it's 150 divided by 1,000 as a percentage is 15%. So that's the click-through rate. Okay, so you'll end up with 150 people in your Aweber autoresponder list manager there, and basically 150 people will actually see your offer page. Now, whether the offer page can be, one of those long, 1 meter long sales pages, with lots of testimonials, or it could be just a simple page with just one promotional video there, perhaps. So, and then they go through to the sales page. Now, what percentage of the people go through to the sales page? It could be down even as low as 1%, or it could be as high as 50% or more. But let's say, for example, just 10% of the people that view that offer page, in this case, view that video, they go through to the sales page and buy off you. So 10% of 150 is 15 sales. So you've made for yourself 15 sales with this exercise that you're doing, this campaign that you're running right now. So let's say, just to keep the figures easy, let's say that you're selling a product for $100. Okay, so 15 sales, $100, and you made yourself $1,500. Now, let's say that the traffic, I don't know how much the traffic cost you. Look, the traffic could cost you anywhere between, 20 or 30 cents a click, maybe $1 a click, maybe even $1.50 a click. It depends, but let's say, for example, just 50 cents a click. So 1,000 visitors would cost you $500. So you've spent $500 on this campaign driving traffic. You've made for yourself $1,500. So therefore your profit is $1,000, just in this example, and to keep the figures easy. So if you remember this $1,500, because that's going to be our benchmark, and we're going to see if we can better that, because this is the object of this video. How can we increase our online income? So what professionals do, instead of just running one landing page or one capture page, they run 2 or 3 or 4. And in this case, I'll just put here just a couple of landing pages, number 1, number 2. And it's what's called an A/B split test. So you drive the traffic through a mechanism where it goes, page 1, page 2, page 1, page 2, for each new visitor that comes to your page, or that clicks on your link. That's the traffic. So it's called A/B split testing, as you can see there, page 1, page 2. Now, if you test and measure this, you'll find that one page is better, one landing page, one capture page would be better than the other capture page. It's just the way things are. This is determined by the colors, what's written there, the fonts, the background image, the type of form you have. There's all sorts of things, and we'll save that for another video. But let's say, for example, your second landing page is better than the other landing page that you find out. Okay, so remember the previous one, we had a 15% click-through rate, but let's say, for example, the second one has a 30% click-through rate. This is, I'll show you in a minute, this is not out of the ordinary. So what it means, a 30% click-through rate, is that we're up to 1,000, same 1,000 visitors, by the way, 30%, means you've got now 300 subscribers viewing your offer page and in your autoresponder list manager now. So that's 300 subscribers. Let's keep the same offer page. Remember, I had a 10% conversion there, so that's 10% of 300 means you've now got 30 sales at $100 each, and you've made for yourself $300. You've just doubled your income. It's that easy. I'll show you some real life examples in a minute. So all we've done is produced another landing page. In this case, it's better than the previous one, the first one we were using. And instead of a 15% click-through rate, we've got a 30% click-through rate, and it took our income from $1,500 now to $3,000. And if you think about it, what did it cost you? Well, we're still paying for the same traffic in this example. Still the same traffic. We paid $500 for in this example. So now we've made ourselves $3,000 So we've made a profit of 2,500. See, previously we only made a profit of 1,000. Now we've got a profit of 2,500. This is why this is really, really exciting. Okay, so look, just visualize this in your mind as I now show you some live examples. And about the object of the exercise is having 2 landing pages, right? And we're going to do this A/B split testing with it. Okay, so just follow me through with this, and we're going to set up this in a mechanism or platform called Clickmagick. Okay, so let's go through and I'll show you what we've got. I've got here, I've already set this up previously, just as a test for you. If you see up in the URL, I've called it test landing page LP1. And I've got another one, test LP2. So there's the URL over there and up the top left. So the only difference, I'll go back to the first one, the only difference between that and that is the background image. And this is the sort of thing that you would normally run as your first exercise, just to change something very simple. I could have changed the colors and the text, by the way, perhaps, but you don't do it all at once. You only do one at a time, right? So in this case, all we've done is gone from there to there, and I've just changed that's the first landing page, that's the second landing page. So one will outperform the other. So I don't know which one will outperform the other. I have a guess that the jungle, it looks a bit better. We'll probably do it. Now, they're going to go through whether a subscriber puts their name and email address in the first landing page or the second landing page. They'll go through to a success page, an offer page. Sometimes it is called a success page, by the way, because you've successfully gone through to it. I don't necessarily call it a sales page in this case. I like to use the term sales page is where they make a sale. You know, that's where you put in your details and go through PayPal, etc. I call that the sales page. But anyhow, I'm going to call this the offer page, and this is the offer. So I've up the top left, you'll see that I've got test offer page. That's what I've called it. And when I set it up, and there it is. So there's the video there, and the viewer, the subscriber, will click on the yellow button and go through to the sales page if they so want. Remember that was the 10% bit. But I just want to show you that page. Now let's go and set this up so we can test and measure it. And I'll show you how simple this is. Okay. So I'm going into my account with Clickmagick. Now Clickmagick is a brilliant platform, and it allows you to track all your campaigns. And I'm in the area. If you look in the top right at the top up there, I'm in the area called links, and I'm about to create a new link. So over on the right hand side, create new link. So I'm just clicking create new link. This is this easy. So I'm going to give it a name. Let's call it test, just for the sake of argument. Test example. All right, so that we got test example there, and we're going to see the tracking link. This is the tracking link, right? Golden Gypsy is my account name, by the way. So we're going to give it a name. I'm just going to call it test. Let's say, for example, test 1. Okay. Now the primary URL is just the first capture page, the first landing page that we're going to use. So I'm going to go back to the first one. The first one was there with no background, just the blue. And I'm going to copy that. Now I'm going back and I Clickmagick again. I'm going to paste it into there. All right, so there it is. So it's ready to go. Okay, so that's all there is to it, right? It says create link, so I'm going to click create link. Look, there are other things that you can do with this, because Clickmagick is really, really good at, there it is, test example. There it is down there. Clickmagick is really good at filtering out spammy bots and all sorts of stuff. So you can actually play around with that. Look, I'll just show you what these columns are. The first one is TC. I'm up the top here. See that? TC, just hover over it. And whoops, let's try it again. Hover over it, and it says total clicks. This one, whoops, you don't click on it. Sorry, my apologies. Total clicks is TC. Unique clicks, because it filters out people that maybe click twice on your website. And the filtered clicks is when it goes and filters out any bots or spam or anything that's malicious. They filter it out. You can see in that top row, for example, I had the clicks. The total clicks was 9 unique clicks, so there were genuine clicks, but 4 of them happened to be coming out of whatever they were, bots, and they were actually filtered out. The last one that I use that's really, really important is A for action. The action being is, did they click through? Okay, in this case, all right, they give me the click-through rate. So let's go down. Where are we? We're down here. Okay, so we've created that first one. So what I'm going to do is we're now going to add the second page to it. Okay, and if I click on here on that little gear wheel, and it says split testing, I'm going to click split testing, and it gives me the opportunity. There we go. It gives me the opportunity to put in another URL, another web page. So there's our first one. The test is LP1, test LP-LP-1. Okay, let's go back to the second one. The second one has got the jungle in the background. I'm now going to copy that. All right, so that's copied. I'm now going to place it in there. Right, now I'm going to place it in there, and I'm going to give it the percentage that I'd like. Now, in a normal circumstance, if we got 2 pages, you go 50-50. You've got 3 pages, 33, 4 pages, 25. But you can adjust them en route, by the way, even when the campaign's going. So I'll just put 50% in there. I'll now click OK. Whoops, it says an error. Why is there an error? There shouldn't be. Equalize weights, perhaps. No, it didn't like it. Okay, let's go back again and put that in there. I'll give it a name, by the way. Call it LP2. Okay, so if I go 50%, if I go 50% in there, no. Oh, okay. Fixed errors below. Please enter the URL name. It needs to be 4 characters. That's what it's asking me. Test. There we go. It'll like it now. There we go. Yep. So it's got 50%. So if I go and click that 50 there now. So there's our 2 pages already set up, and they're 50% each, and that's exactly what we want. If we had another page, I would just click add URL and put another URL in there, give it a name, maybe number 3 or something, and click add URL. So you can have as many as you like. Okay, so we've now set up the 2. So let's go and find out which URL that we promote. Okay, so let me just go back to make sure I haven't lost you. See where it says A/B split testing here, down the bottom left? What we need to know is what link that we need to promote out on the internet to drive the traffic through. Remember the 1,000 visitors, which URL we're going to give them. And that looks like this one here. This is it here, right there. It says, they call it a tracking link. And you can see that, as I said, Golden Gypsy is my account, and we call it test 1. So that's the one that we're going to actually promote. Okay. So that's step 1. Step 2 is we're going to make sure that we can actually track that conversion when they go through. So how we do that is with what's called a pixel. Now a pixel is really a dot on the screen, and we're going to use 1 pixel, it happens to be white, and we're going to put a code inside the offer page. So let's go back and have a look here. So this offer page here, the second page, is we're going to put a code for a tracking pixel in there. So when the subscriber goes through, the viewer goes through and hits that page, it's going to fire the pixel and tell Clickmagick that they've hit that page, and Clickmagick will record that. Okay, so that's how we find out how the click-through rate works. So I'll just show you how easy it is to do. So let's go back to here. So what we're going to do is we're going to click on the gear wheel, and we're going to click track conversions. And there is the code. All right, so okay. So if you remember rightly, it's an action tracking pixel that we need. All right, so that little image, it says 1 pixel there, we're going to just copy that, and we're going to put it in the offer page, in the back of it. So basically no one can see it, and even if they did see it, it's only just a 1 tiny little white dot. So let's go and do that. Now what I've done is I'm now in, I use the Power Lead system, by the way, for setting up all my my web pages. So here's the test offer page, right? Now remember, the test offer page is that thing there, right? That's what the page looks like. So I'm going to edit that page. Right, so I'm just going to get into it. We're going to edit the text. Right, so here we are. So there's the page, and I'm going to click source. See on the top there? So this gives the code. Now you don't have to worry about HTML coding. This is really, really straightforward. Now that little Clickmagick code that we're about to put in has got to be in the body of the page, not the top, which is the header. It's got to be in the body of the page. You can put it in the beginning. What I'm going to do is I'm going to whack it in the bottom because it's easy. So see where it says body there? That's the end of the body. Okay, so I'll just make a space, right, and I'll go paste. There it is there, see? I've just popped it straight in. Right, there's the code that I took out of Clickmagick. So I'm going to click Save Changes. All right, so there we go. And if we just go and view it, right, it'll be normal. So there it is. It's just that, as I showed you before. So I'll just close that down. Now, has that really worked? Well, Clickmagick has actually got a test for us. If you have a look up here, it says Tools, and it says Pixel Tester. Okay, so here we are. So all we've got to do is put in the URL of our offer page, and it will tell us whether that pixel is working. So let's go back to it. It is this page here. It's that page there. We're going to take that, copy that URL. We're going back into Clickmagick. We're going to put it in there. Paste. We're going to put it in there. There it is. I'm going to click Verify Pix Integration, and look at that. Action pixel found. That means that code that I just put in for you actually works because it's green. That's fine. Okay, so that's all we need to know. So look, the last thing that I like to do is to test the whole thing. Flight test, I suppose you could call it. So let's go and do that. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go back to links there for a minute. So let's go back and actually get our, I'm clicking on test example. It's this one here, right? So this is what we're going to promote out on the internet. I'm going to copy that. Well, it's got test one at the end of it. I'm going to go to a new page. All right. I'm now going to paste it in, paste and go. Right. So this is as though I'm a new visitor. Okay. So I'm going to paste and go, bang. And there you go. It's taking me through to LP1. That's fine. That's really, really good. That's all I needed to know. So let's go and see if we can go through to the offer page, right? So what do we got? Let's call me Fred Blogs, right? And I've used Fred Blogs a few times, so I don't know, what are we going to do? We're going to call it Fred. I'll leave it in uppercase, so then I can always find it and get rid of it. Fred testing 100 at mail.com. Just a fictitious email. And it's Fred Blogs, right? So I'm going to click the yellow button. Now, a couple of things should happen. One is I should be going through to the offer page, and two is Clickmagick needs to register that I have actually gone through. Now, sometimes when you're testing your own work, sometimes it doesn't always work. And I'll just move that up a little bit for you. There. Sometimes it doesn't always work because Clickmagick monitors your computer basically, because this is this business about filtering out from bots and spamming type things that are going on the internet. So you know, someone that does multiple clicks and things like that. So it even monitors your IP address. So if it recognizes my IP address and I've just been there before today, it may not register the fact that I've gone through to this. To the offer page, but we'll keep our fingers crossed and see. Okay, I'm now clicking Show Me the Video. Right, the big yellow button. There's always a big yellow button. This is to make sure there's the robots. Okay, so it's T. What do we got? Is that a? Yeah, that's an O, I think. Right. Okay, 7Q. Right. Let's see if that works. Beauty. Straight through. Okay, so now I've gone through to the offer page, and there it is, which is really, really good. That's what I wanted to do that. So let's see if this actually works. So what I'm going to do is go back to Clickmagick, I'm going to go refresh, just up the top, and I'm going to go down to where it says example. There you go, test example. Go away. There it is. There, that's me. There's been one click, one total click, one unique click, and no spamming filters have come in there. And there it is, one action, and there's 100% click-through rate. So in other words, one visitor with one person going through, one subscriber going through to the offer page is 100% click-through rate. So it has actually worked. So I've now shown you live that how to set it up, and it will work beautifully. So now I could go out and run, 1,000, 500, 1,000, 10,000 visitors to that web page, that link, and away it would go. It would actually work for me. Now, I'm now going to show you, just finishing up with Clickmagick, I'm just going to show you, remember I talked about doubling your income? I'll show you this. You can see here, at one time I bought about 1,000 clicks. I got a little bit more, 1,074. They were 1,072. I'm going to click on that, and I'll just show you what's behind it. And you can see that I had I had three capture pages, landing pages. And if you have a look, can you see the action, that's the number of people coming through, and the actual click-through rate, right? So it was 12%, 8%, and 15%. So, well, what does that mean? Well, it means the first one was pretty ordinary, 12%. The second one, 8%, was terrible in this case, because the third one gave me almost 16%. So if I had run with number 2, right, LP2, I would have gone 8% and said, oh, well, that's pretty ordinary, I've paid my money, I've got my traffic, maybe they didn't like my capture page particularly. But running through Clickmagick, I've now discovered that this number 3 one gave me double the click-through rate. So double the amount of people would have gone through to my capture page and given me double the sales. Sorry, not my capture page, my offer page, and given me the double the amount of sales. So if I just run that, I would have got pretty mediocre results. By running 3, I get double the results. So what I would do, I would actually can this one straight away, get rid of it, and put another one in its place and run another campaign using the same sort of traffic, and to see whether I can better number 3, where I can better that 15.5%. Okay, I may even get rid of number 1 as well, seeing it was pretty, but I'd keep a record of that so I'd know in the future. Okay, so that's just one example. Okay, let's have a look at this one here, where I bought some solo ads. It looks like I bought 200 solo ads. I got 216. There were 208 were genuine. The 8 bots were filtered out, and I had 93 subscribers, giving me an average of 44.7. But when I go and click on this, it actually shows me what's behind it. And you can see in this case, I had 4 capture pages. And if you see, the first one gave me 40%, next one gave me 46, 47, 46. So in other words, with that traffic, I got almost half the people viewing the page, put their details in, and went through to the offer page. But it looks like the 4 pages are pretty much the same. Their performance was pretty much the same. So 40, 46, 47, 46. So that's one that's just to show that, yes, you can get high click-through rates, and you can get the situation where your capture pages give similar results to one another. I think that's about all that we'll cover on this, and let's go back and I'll just show you one more technique to increase your income, just to finish off this video. So now, where are we? Let's go back to here. So this is where we finished off, and with our A/B split testing with landing pages number 1 and 2. And we managed to increase our income from $1,500 to $3,000 in this example. We've doubled our income. So now we're going to do just one more technique, and I'll just remove the Aweber there just to give us a bit more space. So what we're going to do is put in another offer page. So everything remains the same. Okay. So we've still got the 2 landing pages and the A/B split testing in the front. with a 30% click-through rate. But this time we're going to put another offer page in, and we're going to put it through a rotator. So if you remember rightly back in, I'll just show you very quickly, back in Clickmagick, right at the top, you'll see it says rotators up here. So you can click on there and create a rotator just with a couple of clicks. It's that easy. So there's our rotator. Here, where are we? There's our rotator here. So all the traffic coming through goes through the A/B split tester, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. And in this case, we're going to say that I've turned off the landing page 1. We're only going to use landing page 2, which will give a 30% click-through rate. And instead of going through to the offer page directly, it goes through the rotator first, and the rotator switches between page 1, page 2, page 1, page 2. So then, for example, let's say in our little example here, let's say the offer page, remember we gave a 10% click-through, conversion rate? So that was the first one. Let's say this second offer page gives just 5% more, a 15% click-through rate. Sorry, conversion rate, not to get confused with the click-through rate in the beginning. These are conversion rates. How many subscribers viewed the offer page and converted to sales? So in this case, we've got 15. So what's it look like? So with those same 1,000 visitors that you paid for, now we're up to 45 sales. 45 sales is an income of 4,500, and you've increased your income by 300%. So it's 3 times. But if you look at it, remember I suggested, for example, that these 1,000 visitors cost you $500 just for the sake of argument. So your income is 4,500 less the $500 cost to get those visitors. You've made yourself $4,000. So you've increased your profit from $1,000 to $4,000. That's 4 times. And how much did it cost you extra? Well, nothing, because it's the same traffic, it's the same campaign, same visitors in our example, same 1,000. So did it cost you any more to make this landing page number 2? No, not really. No, just a little bit of time, and effort on your part. All you did was put in a rotator and put in the A/B split tester with Clickmagick. That's all you did. I mean, Clickmagick is pretty inexpensive and to run, and there you go. So I've just given you an example how you can increase your profits by 4 times, which is awesome. It's great. I think it's absolutely wonderful. So just finishing off now, right? So the clue is to optimize your marketing and track and measure your results. And I'm suggesting here Clickmagick, great company to work with, and very, very easy and inexpensive. The second thing is to capture your subscribers' details and send them follow-up emails so you can build a relationship with them. You can do this with a lot of, there's a lot of autoresponders out there on the market, or list managers on the market. Aweber happens to be the oldest and the biggest, and I've been using Aweber for years, and I think it's great. And where you can host your web pages and create your capture pages and sales pages, there's lots of ways to do that. In this case, I like the Power Lead system. It is also relatively inexpensive, and it's easy to work with, and it's got lots of really, really good things to do. So I'll put the links below this video so you can go and click on those, and you can open up free accounts, because they all give you 14 days or 30 days for free. So you can get in there, set it up, have a look and play with it, and think, well, okay, will you continue with it or not? So I'll put the links below this video. So there it is. The secret to increasing your income is to test and measure your results. This is what professionals do and amateurs don't. Okay, so step up into the class of professionals, and you could be doubling your income tomorrow or the next day with the next campaign, for example. All right, okay, look, that about wraps this up. Look, I do hope that you found value in this video. And I do look forward to hearing your results. So if you get on board with Clickmagick, have a play with it, and then come back to me and let me know how you felt about it, or if I can help you out with any tips or clues about using it. Perhaps I can point you in the right direction. All right. Look, thank you for joining me during this video, and I look forward to catching you in a future video. Okay, bye for now.